Well, hey friends, welcome to another good news edition. We've got another great lineup of positive stories to lift you up. And we're going to get us started with the story I put together about a lovely lady who has kept a lot of feet warm in her lifetime. Late in life, the door of a marriage may have closed, but that's when Carolyn Miller found new doors of opportunity opening. She became involved in projects to bless others. The first was a team effort with Puckett Elementary to send backpacks full of supplies to kids in Nicaragua. But soon thereafter, her focus turned to blessing those in the military from our area.
I started Socks for Soldiers.
It was a campaign to encourage troops overseas with new socks and care packs and a message of love from home.
They did not have enough socks, so we started sending packs of socks and toiletries, toothbrush, toothpaste. In the winter, we would send hand warmers.
Socks for Soldiers quickly spread nationwide, but started with one soldier from Amarillo.
There was a young man that I had taught at Puckett Elementary School that was over there. His mother gave me his address, and we packed up things and sent to him. I began to get some names from the community, and it just grew and grew and grew. And then it went to Wisconsin. Someone in Wisconsin picked it up off of email, and they had a sock hop, and other towns had sock hops for Socks for Soldiers.
The number of soldiers touched by the operation is incredible.
I counted them. We sent 13,000, almost 14,000, but then with the care packs, we sent boxes of snack foods. And, and so about 50,000 boxes.
What kind of joy did that bring you, or does it still bring you? What kind of joy do you get from this?
A whole bunch, because of the letters and pictures and things that they've sent.
Carolyn, I want to thank you for your support. We appreciate it a lot. You don't know how much it means to us that you have us in your prayers. The items you sent were helpful, and everyone enjoyed the ramen noodles.
Dear Mrs. Miller, I'm writing this to tell you thank you so much for the packages you sent to my platoon. They came just in time, and they were very needed.
There are more than 15 books full of responses of gratitude. Although Socks for Soldiers phased out over time, Carolyn still takes care of veterans, collecting coats and clothing to keep them warm. She hopes to inspire others.
I was 50 years old when I went through the divorce. All of these things have happened since then. I am 87 years old, and I am still collecting coats and caps and socks. Anybody can do this. If the Lord says, here is a project, don't hang back and think I'm too old or I can't do that. You surely can. The Lord will help you through it.
You plan on slowing down anytime?
I hope not. I hope I am doing something to help other people and just fall over dead.
Okay.
I really do.
Now that's some good news. I'm Doppler Dave for NewsChannel 10. Well, let's see who Lindsay is spotlighting this week.
The Palmer County Museum has been around for decades, housed in the first church in Friona built in 1906. But as time passed, the small church could no longer house all the items.
We were gifted this building several years ago by the American Legion when it disbanded. And so we decided to create a new space for our museum.
It's a 4,000 square foot building, and with generous donations and funding assistance from the Friona Economic Development Corporation, the museum has become a place to honor the history of Bovina, Farwell, Lasbuddy, and Friona.
The new annex was actually, the focus of it was celebrating the 100 years of the Friona Star, our local newspaper. So that was my general focus when I started. It also was to highlight our military displays. And then we created several new displays that were not available in the church.
Our Good News Edition is just getting started. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more. Hey, welcome back, friends. Time to check on Sheldon. Let's see who he helped pay it forward to this week.
It's time for our latest edition of Pay It Forward with Carpet Tech. I've got Bethany here with us today. You say we find someone to go pay it forward to.
Yes, let's go help someone out. Here is 100, 200, and 300.
Thank you very much. Let's go out there and pay it forward. Well, I got Donna here with me. She stopped. And Donna, real quick, tell us a little bit about the organization you're with and how you found your recipient for today's Pay It Forward.
I'm with Angel Safe Home, and we are a place where we get women that's coming out of prison, and we try to help them get homes and get businesses, get back into the life of living. And Shalelle was one of our women there, and she ended up moving, and now she's back, and she needs help, and I mean everything. But when she said she needed groceries, and I've been trying to figure it out, and then I saw you. And I said, that's perfect. So here we are standing here, and I'm praying that Shalelle, this money will do her great today, because right now they have none. So, and I thank you. I thank you guys for what you do.
Of course, well, we definitely couldn't have done it without your help, and so we've got $300 here today from our friends over at Carpet Tech. So Donna, I'll go ahead and hand this off to you. We've got 100, 200, and 300, and we'll let you take it from here.
And I'll hand it to you. 100, 200, 300.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. It's a blessing. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it is.
So,
it is.
Yeah, I've been, struggling with 2 kids. I mean, I just lost the baby too, like 7 months ago. So, it's been type hard. So, and my husband is trying to find a job as well. So it's kind of difficult for us. And we're trying our best, doing what we can as far. But I do appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Well, here's a great story about some folks that just love to brighten the day for others. Let's roll it.
It starts out as your typical hospital room with clean white walls and muted colors. But with a few volunteers, a couple $100 in donations, and a few wow factors, it becomes an underwater oasis.
What do you think? I love it. It's all for you.
Ileana Johnson has been in and out of hospital rooms for 4 years, but she's never seen one like this.
I was shocked. I wasn't expecting all of this. It never gets old.
Deck My Room surprises pediatric patients across the country with a room makeover catered to their interests.
Even if it brings some joy to them for 30 seconds and helps them, forget that they're in a hospital environment and remember fun is out there still, it's all worth it.
When child life specialist Lauren Bergman heard about the nonprofit, she knew this was something her kiddos at Covenant Children's needed.
And I see how disappointed they get in the hospital whenever they are bored and have boring walls and just don't have a lot of fun and bright things in their room.
So far, Deck My Room has transformed 6 rooms at Covenant. They're for pediatric patients who are hospitalized for at least 3 weeks. Since Hayden Jordan is an expecting mother in the pediatric unit, her room was given a makeover too.
They got me the comforter and the shimmery lights.
At 24 weeks, doctors told her she was high risk and the hospital was the safest place to be. So she's been here 6 weeks and will be until her baby arrives.
I'm generally a very positive person, and I think that having kind of the colorful brightness around the room has really helped to keep me sane, honestly, and just to make it feel slightly more like home.
Rebecca Davis became the national director of Deck My Room after brightening up her granddaughter's room helped her family cope.
Unfortunately, she didn't make her battle, but I know how it cheered us up. So this is now my passion in life, is to bring joy and happiness to not only the patients, but the families and the hospital staff.
Say cheese.
Seeing Ileana smile like this in the middle of a long journey means even more to her mother.
It's been a rough journey, and so even though we don't like to be here, it's like home for us. Like the staff, everyone, they're just like family, and so it just means a lot that they take the time to do something like this. It means a lot.
A change on the outside, making room for one within. Brittany Crittenden.
More good news coming right up.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you know an outstanding student athlete? Someone who goes above and beyond with grades, overcoming obstacles, achievements, and talent? Then nominate them for CIB, Commercial Industrial Builders GOAT of the Week. We'll choose and highlight one high school student of the week who knows what it takes to be a GOAT. For more information and to nominate your GOAT, head to NewsChannel10.com. Don't wait. Let us know who your GOAT is.
Well, if you're wondering where Ruben has been this week, let's find out.
We first launched the website in 2019. I was always in love with turquoise. It was always my thing. And so we launched that, hit COVID. We're like, my husband ended up putting a bid in on a building and surprised me, and we got it. So we refurbished it. We did the floor ourselves. We did everything ourselves. And one of the reasons why we picked Logan was just because we already called Logan home. It's a good lake town. Ute Lake is an amazing place for a family, and so we kept thinking, well, it'd be a good place for people to come visit. You know, if your husband or your son or whoever, the family, wife too, because I'm a fisher girl, if they go out to the lake, then they also want something else to do. And so we started with the turquoise, and then we introduced Buck's Corner, which is my husband's name, and he would pick out a few fun things for guys and stuff. And so we launched the shop in 2021. And that first summer I was a little nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything in this shop. How am I gonna make this happen? There's barely anything in it. And everybody from the community showed up for us. Like it was really special, and I felt like we were doing the right thing. We always wanted to give back. We wanted to create a business that not only could help provide for our family, but we'd be able to provide for our community. I feel like this is an important town, not just for Logan and the lake, but for the state of New Mexico. We bring in so many travelers with our Ute Lake. It's incredible. I was shocked the first year. I just thought, oh my gosh, and people want to go and create these memories with their friends, their family members, like that stay with them for the rest of their lives. And what better place than to go fishing or go out on the water. And I think the area itself, absolutely. Like we get to see the sunrises and the sunsets, and I feel like that light stays within you, and you get to walk around and share it with your friends and family. The weather, although the wind can blow, the weather was really nice, but I truly think it's the people. I think the people are grounded. You got some roots, and you've been building these roots for generations. And so when you have that established, it just kind of fans out to others.
We've only been open about 2 weeks now, so we're newbies. And we just really wanted to offer something for the people in Vega to come get a good cup of coffee, socialize a little, and then also provide possibly some work opportunities for some of the older kids. We also just moved to Vega about 1.5 years ago, and just the town, we had never been here, we didn't know anybody here. We came and we also saw some buildings that, were abandoned. We kind of tossed around the idea when we first moved here. We drove around, found some places, but they weren't really in a location that we thought was ideal. And it's also hard to purchase property here. People hang on to their properties. But my husband, he's told a lot of people he doesn't like seeing all the empty buildings around. So for us we prayed about it, and here we are 1 year later. We're on the square, which is, I think, the best place we could be, next to the pie shop and by Route 66. And I don't know, it's just been great. We've been busy every single day, and it's been neat to meet people that I wouldn't normally meet here that are locals, but I know people that have kids in school and in the same sporting events as our kids, and that's about it. But now that we've opened here, I've met so many more local people and kind of put faces to names that maybe I had heard of. So my husband and I are both from small towns, and both of our parents were entrepreneurs. They all owned their own businesses, and so that's kind of how we grew up, was learning how to make it in a small town. And so by being able to open this place, we're able to teach our kids that too.
Well, we're not done with good news. We have some more for you right after this. Well, hey friends, here at News Channel 10, we have the opportunity to find and share positive and inspirational stories with you. And now we're bringing you those good news stories on Good News Edition, where we can highlight those great stories from around our area. And don't forget, you can find plenty more good news on newschannel10.com and your favorite streaming apps. Welcome back to Good News Edition. We have another story just brimming with good news for you. Let's take a look.
From News Channel 10, you're watching The Chat.
We offer basically a lot of mental health is what we generally look forward to.
Yes.
A lot of, that's the big crisis nowadays, and especially here in Amarillo. Mental health is a big issue. So we summarize a lot of that, and that's including depression, anxiety, all the series of mental health that comes with it.
Horses are these beautiful, majestic creatures,
Very
and they
much
can
so.
do so many different things. You know,
Yes.
not only can they do some of the harder work in our area, but they also can provide a sense of comfort and, you know, healing for those. And so I want to just talk about you guys personally. What has it been about 7-Star Horse Therapy that keeps you going?
Personally, for me, I feel I see a miracle every day. We have kids that come in that are in wheelchairs, and they go from wheelchair to a walker, from a walker to a cane,
Wow.
to almost doing them themselves. And that to me is such a blessing, and you can just see the light in their eyes come back on. The sense of confidence, the sense of, I can do this, I can get better, I can get stronger, I can make it through the day again. And that is what makes me keep going. And the way our horses are, the horses are just hard not to love. They mimic you, they know your emotions, they know when you come in how you're going to feel and how it's going to react with you. So you already know, okay, if he's going to go away from me, then I know I'm going to make people go away from me.
Yeah.
So I need to change that. So that's what keeps me going.
Absolutely. And Pete, you know, with your realm and, you know, the therapy side of everything too, what has that meant to you? You know, what keeps you going?
Well, it could, just like Michelle there, it just watching all the miracles that happen there. You know, I've seen so many miracles. I've been there 20 years. Started off as a volunteer, worked my way up to where I am now, and throughout all them years, I've seen a lot of miracles. People walking, sitting up better, kids not be able to sit up, and now they sit up and walk and talk and everything else. It's just the miracles. What it is, it's a healing ministry is what it is, and it's the miracles of the horse.
How about one more great story? Let's roll it.
At Nixa Hardware, you can find just about anything. Bolts, bathroom supplies, bird seed, running buzz saws. Recently, Keith Gregory set up outside the front doors as a little treat to the folks on their way into the store. The chainsaw artist is thankful for the opportunity.
I can carve at the house, but nobody will see me carving there, and so this is where you meet up with a lot of customers. The staff is really nice. I've made some great friends.
For the past 15 years, Keith has been gnawing away at wood, creating amazing works of art with his chainsaws. His saying, "You gotta see what I saw."
Art bubbling up out of the ground in the form of a tree stump. It's really gratifying to see somebody lay down their hard-earned money for something that you created.
About 40 years ago, Keith started carving Santas with small hand tools. But his art got a lot bigger and louder after a trip to Eureka Springs with his wife, Carrie, where he saw the chainsaw carving contest.
I said, I'm going to do this. And she said, no, you're not. You'll cut yourself. And I said, no, I'm going to do this. So I went in and carved my first bear with a regular saw, and it sold. And I thought, wow, I'm onto something.
Since then, Keith has put the carving tools down and picked up chainsaws, creating Grizzly Mountain Sawworks. He's done commission work, has turned dead trees into school mascots like Hira Monette, and has been in competitions. He's even set a world record with this rooster he made for what used to be the Great American Steak and Chicken restaurant on the Branson Strip.
France had the largest chicken statue at 37 feet, and now Branson, Missouri has it at 45 feet tall. So that was quite a job.
Years of serenading the saw has resulted in shoulder surgeries. Keith admits tomorrow is not guaranteed, so he puts everything he can into each carving and takes breaks often.
Every time I'm carving and there's a crowd, I say, hey, we're going to let everybody leave with 2 pockets full of sawdust today.
But that gives him a chance to say hi to the people, especially to thank the men and women who have served. His patriotism is shown in many pieces with the bald eagle.
I'm just so proud of our country, and the eagle symbolizes that in so many ways, and there's been so many people who've made so many sacrifices so that we could succeed and we could own our businesses.
And back inside Nixa Hardware, perched above the fireplaces, you'll find one of Keith's eagles. His hope for anyone watching this story, keep this form of art that he loves.
Hey, that's it for another Good News Edition. Hope you enjoyed all the great stories. We'll be back next week at the same time with another lineup of great positive stories for you. Until then, you can catch Good News on News Channel 10, newschannel10.com, and your favorite streaming platforms. Until next week, I'm Doppler Dave.